What's up, YouTube? Playing with tires today, as you can see, and I just somehow got this stuck in here. The last video, we were at Hardcore Happening. The video before that was the Enduro that never was. The video before that, though, we were at Ransomville for the Blake Chaffee Memorial Race, which got us talking about tread wear, tires. This tire that I'm breaking down is a 600 tread wear. That's pretty hard. Probably wears real nice on the road. Probably lasts you a while if you want it on your street car. But that's a little hard for a race tire. Now, my favorite tire, the tire that I prefer, is a Douglas. Yeah, the Walmart brand, Douglas. Now, unfortunately, rumor has it they're not making those anymore, and from what I found online, that appears to be true. The Douglas is a 420 tread wear. I don't think I have one on the car right now to check, but I'm pretty sure they're a 420 tread wear. So that's significantly less than this. I went through some of my old tires that I had. We've ran, of our 4 wins this year, 2 were on Douglases, so 420. One of the Ransomville wins was on a, not in here. I don't know what brand it was, but I think it might have been a Goodyear. I don't know. But either way, that one was also a 420. The tire that was on the car the second time we won at Ransomville, believe it or not, was actually a 580. I was kind of surprised to find that. Basically what happens is I go online, and I'm a cheapskate, and I don't want to spend more than like $80 on a tire. So I pick cheap tires. Unfortunately, like Walmart.com, eBay, whatever, wherever I find the cheap deal, they don't always list the tread wear, unfortunately. So I'll find something with a tread pattern that I like, and I'll order it, which is what I did for both of those tires. This one and that one against the door over there that I don't think you can see, that came off the right front that we stuffed in the wall there a few weeks back. Yeah, this one's a 600, and that one's a 580. Way harder than I wanted. So, this little experience of having a tire that doesn't want to turn led me to do a little research and shopping online to try to find a better tire, something soft, for cheap. So, the 600 is going bye-bye. Maybe I'll give it to somebody or something, I don't know. But I definitely don't want it. We gotta get this one off here. This is actually a Harbor Freight tire, bead breaker, whatever you want to call it, tire machine. Works great. Manual, so you gotta manhandle it. But it works good. Just gotta, you know, muscle it, that's all. Anyways, so that's going on here. There we go. So we did some shopping. And what I found was tires softer than a Douglas for less than $80. That one laying on the floor there, as you can see, it's a pretty large lug pattern. That one's a 400 tread wear. The brand is Tornell, some random off-brand. They're actually both torn out, even though the tread pattern is completely different. Unfortunately, you'll find that different sizes or different treads are only available in certain sizes and whatnot, which is what we ran into. Because at Ransomville, we run a 215/75 on the right front and a 215/70 on the left front. 215/75, 215/70. Now, normally, I don't like to buy directional tires, because as they wear the edge off, we like to flip them over and keep using them. You can't do that with a directional tire. So, that one, as you can see, unfortunately, is directional, but I was so excited about the 400 tread wear that I bought it without thinking about it. I liked the big lug pattern, and I was like, well, this tire's going to be good. And then I got here and I was like, oh shit, that's directional. So, we're going to put it on anyway and run it because I want to try it. That tire on the floor, I don't know if you can see it, was my left front. It's still in really good shape. It actually played one night roll as a right front at Outlaw. Hindsight 2020, I should have went down a size, but either way. That tire's still good. That tire is actually a 420. That is a Street Fighter Blackhawk. That's a 420. That's a good tire. These are both Tornells. One is I think they call this the Classic, because it's a white wall. We're gonna put the white wall in. But yeah, so this tire, I think this tire was like $68 or $70. This tire was cheap. This one, my right front, I know it looks really skinny. It'll widen a little bit on the rim. It is quite a bit skinnier. I'm surprised, compared to like this, which is technically the same size tire. Either way, this is a 320 Tragwear. This is a really soft tire. This is our right front. We're gonna put it on here on the bead lock for the right front. White wall in, of course. Someday I'll probably have to flip it if it doesn't get popped before then. But that's how we're gonna start. 320 on the right front, 400 on the left front. Hopefully these soft tires make this thing turn a lot better. This thing gave up like 7 laps in. Stops turning center off, which, it's a hard tire. Once we burned off the good rubber and down to the hard stuff, it just stopped turning. And I did groove it too, so it gave up. Didn't want to turn anymore. So unfortunately, this thing's out of here. We're gonna put that bad boy on there, but I gotta get this one off. I gotta clean this rim up a little bit. See if I can pull this off. Oh. Junk! Gotta get my wire wheel or something. I like to spray this with, believe it or not, Flex Seal as like a bead sealer before I put the bead lock on, because I have had trouble with DOTs in the past. So, yeah, that's what we're doing. And I don't think we need to talk about it anymore. I just need to put these tires on and get to grinding and get them on the car. Well, for some reason, this don't want to seal. It would appear that the shape of this tire, where the bead lock sits, is skinnier than most tires. So the bead lock's not actually pinching the bead. So it will not seal around this bead lock. I tried bending the edge of the bead lock back a little bit, because it's been beaten and banged around quite a bit over the years. And it's still not enough. It was enough to get the back to pop on. So now I'm going to have to break this back off again. But the front will not stay. So, unfortunately, that's got to come back off there. And I'm going to have to put it on a regular rim. Not cool. So, I need to go get a rim and tire from off the trailer, which is not here. It's at my in-laws' house. That's where I keep the trailer. So, yeah, that sucks. I guess we move on to the next thing. But this is mounted, so I'm going to grind it and get that out of the way, so that when I do get the other rim back here, I can swap this onto the other wheel. This sucks. I'd much rather have a bead lock on the right front, but I want to use this really soft tire. So we're going to swap this bad boy onto a different rim that's not a bead lock. And I guess I will put I have a 215/75 that's on a regular rim. It's my spare. The tire we had on the first race at Ransomville the season that we won. It got cut up by the fender, so we didn't have the fender opened up enough. So I've been carrying it with me as a spare, but unfortunately I am going to have to take this tire off, put it on that rim, and then I will probably put either that tire back on the bead lock, even though I don't 100% trust it, or I can put that 580 back on this bead lock. I don't know. It's a tough one. But we gotta do something, because this isn't gonna hold air. I gave it a valiant effort, but it's a no-go, unfortunately. Damn. YouTube. Oh, my hair looks ridiculous. Whatever. Last night we went to Ransomville Speedway. I got the tires all mounted up. As you can see, that's not on a bead lock, but we didn't roll the bead off or nothing, so it didn't work. So I'm not sure what's going on. We went out for hot laps and we ran a 21.8, which is pretty fast, and that was just me, testing out the tires in the car, and everything seemed okay. We went out for the heat race. We started pole, outside pole, got a little bit of a jump on me on the start, and we
he managed to stay in front of me. I was all over him, you know, got next to him a few times, just couldn't quite complete the pass. You see that in the video, obviously, but then we went out for the feature. We pulled P3, which is really good for me. Normally I pull terribly, but the car just, it wasn't having it. The track had hardened up and dusted off a little bit. It had a lot of rubber on it. So since we wrecked the car back a few weeks ago, it's just not quite right. Center off, it just does not want to rotate, doesn't want to turn. So I was hoping the tires would fix it. That did not fix it. So I'm leaning now more towards this strut that I bought. If you remember correctly, my parts didn't come in, and I ran to the auto parts store and I just bought what they had on the shelf. So I keep looking over here on my camera, and that's not where the camera is, it's over there. Hi. So yeah, I bought what was on the shelf, and I don't think it's right. I don't think it's working. I mean, we checked tow and everything, and the car should be back to the way it was when we were winning and doing good, and it's not there. It won't rotate. So this 320 tire, it pretty much burned it right off. I don't know if we can see it. I don't know if you can see it. I wasn't impressed when it showed up because it didn't have a square edge right here. It was kind of more rounded. I'm almost wondering if it's more of a trailer tire. You can't see it with the camera like this, but this edge here is all rolled right over, burned right off. This thing, you couldn't even touch it. It was so hot when we came off the racetrack. So I don't think 320 is going to work for a big track like this where we're carrying a lot of speed. Maybe a smaller track would be better. So I need to figure out something else for this right front, which is unfortunate. Yeah. So we got to figure this thing out. We got to try to get this thing to turn better, or I can't do anything. I started P3 first, just kind of took off. Second place, we were able to get around second place, and then Kurt passed me. Actually, Kurt passed me, and then I got around third place, I guess. He passed me and second, and then I got around third, and I couldn't even really keep up with Kurt. So he took off, and then my buddy Chris got by me. You'll see in the video here. And then he took off. So I couldn't make up any ground. I couldn't even keep up with them. They left me in the dust because I couldn't round the corner. So unfortunately, we got a little bit of work to do. Try to get this thing back to where it was before we stuffed it in the wall. And just keep pushing, keep moving forward, you know. I still keep looking over here on my camera. I don't know why. Yeah, so, yeah. Enjoy the video. Keep it creative, and happy building.